Hey there guys, so in this video we're going to be doing some rear end work on this Arctic Cat 400. And what that's going to be is some new rear CV axles because one of them's popping like crazy and the other one's kind of on this way out. A wheel bearing on the left side mainly because this is going out, and I've already replaced one of the rear axle seals and I still got one more left, so I might as well replace the other one while I got the other CV axle out. Here's what they look like right now. I've tried putting a new boot on that one, but yeah, you cannot get those stupid clips tight enough without buying some special tool, but whatever. Yeah, that one's popping the worst. I had to put a new boot on that one, and again, you can't get those stupid clips tight enough, and it's kind of leaking again, and I think that one's kind of on this way out too. Well, hopefully you can see that because I'm moving this and, you know, kind of moving the camera at the same time. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, it's not moving. Dang! Oh my gosh, I feel like something's gonna explode. There we go, we're finally getting somewhere now. Alright guys, this is a big cut, forgot to film, my apologies. I actually did forget to film. I'm not just saying that for an excuse. But yeah, I got the axle over here with the hub. Guys, I am really out of patience right now. I am not kidding you. I have beat the living crap out of this thing. I'm talking mushroom the end of the CV axle stuck, welded in here. Stupid crap. I have beat the living crap out of this thing with a sledgehammer on the vise and everything. It is still not budging at all. All right, guys, so we got the thing in the press. We have the hub sitting on this bearing carrier, and this right here is free. So really, we're just pressing on the hub, and this should come out. You can see how much I've been mushrooming the thing. This is a 20-ton hydraulic press. This crap should come out. I'm putting a lot of pressure on this thing. I'm trying to hit it with a hammer because just static pressure probably wouldn't get it, but if you hit it with a hammer, it should jar it loose. Putting a lot of pressure on this thing. I mean, I could really hawk down on it, but I don't want to bust the jack. I just cannot believe that this is so welded in here. It ain't moved a bit. This is ridiculous. This is why I use anti-seize on literally everything, so you would never have to deal with this kind of crap. These are all original parts, original CV shaft, I think. Cannot believe this is on here this much. Alright guys, I shut the camera off, and as soon as I shut it off, that's when it came loose. It has broken loose now finally. After hitting on it with this hammer. Finally. So as you can see, there's the hub, and it's about 3/4 of an inch of those splines holding on there. And here's the other part. Finally got that crap out of there. I can tell penetrating fluid has been working. So yeah, there's a snap ring. I'm gonna undo the snap ring and shoot some more penetrating fluid in there, and hopefully this axle is gonna come out of this hub. Lord, please let this work. Okay. Yeah, buddy. I just realized I don't have safety glasses on. Definitely, guys, put safety glasses on when you're doing this. I forgot. That's my bad. But people try to look cool doing this without glasses. But when you lose your eye, that's not cool. You only got 2 eyeballs. You need to last the rest of your life. Alright, I think this axle is fixing to drop out, so. Yes! Finally! Alright, y'all, here is the axle. So this right here is part of the inner bearing that's just seized on there. I don't care about that. I can tell the splines definitely have nothing on them. So, yeah, that is why you use anti-seize. Well, there's part of the inner race. Finally. Screw you. Well, there you go, guys. That is a bad wheel bearing. All right, so time with some Chris Fix. Out with the old broken rust welded one, it's knocking and crap, and in with the brand new one. All right, so we got the CV axle oiled up, anti-seize on the end. So let's just hope and pray everything goes in like how it's supposed to. Oh, gosh. Why is this crap not going? All right, so sorry I didn't record it, but it took a little bit getting that CV axle in there with that new clip. I had to basically unbolt the shock so it would go in straight. And after a little bit of finagling, it finally went in. So I'm glad that's done. So now let's put the rest of the hub together. Boom, there we go. Side's completely done. I still gotta do that side, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I just wanna like have this thing running and driving for the time being. And then I'll replace that side because this side was the worst, which is why I did it first. All right, guys, so I've been running this for a while with the new shaft and it's doing great, but this is starting to leak now. So now I really need to replace this side. So I'm gonna get back to the house and we're gonna do that. All right, so here's a better look at it. As you can see, it has started splitting today. And yeah, this needs to come out of here. I've tried getting this bolt off and it's so welded on there, just like the last one. I'm just gonna cut off with a grinder and say screw that. All right, so I just kind of cut a little bit of it, loosened that, and hit it with the impact, and it finally came off. So hopefully this will all turn out good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is ridiculous.
Sure. Ain't doing nothing, is it?
All right, I'm gonna try a slide hammer.
Yeah, you may have to.
All right, so absolutely no luck with this axle. I mean, we had the chain out here. We had a trailer hitch thing right there on the back, and we're hitting the crap out of it with an 8-pound sledgehammer. It ain't moving. I'm surprised the vice grips is still holding on there, honestly. But what I'm gonna do now, which I should not have to do, but I guess I'm gonna have to, is I'm gonna have to take this axle back out and then get a punch on the end of that axle shaft and just whack the living crap on that right there. And hopefully it should come out that way. If not, I'm just gonna put this crap back together the way it is and just run it and run it and run it and run it until it absolutely blows up. All right, guys. I got the axle out, and thank the good Lord, I literally just said a prayer. I got that hammer and punch and stuck it in there, Well, I don't know how well y'all can see. I'm gonna turn the exposure up. But yeah. I literally put that thing in there, hit it once or twice, and that thing finally broke loose. That's the power of prayer, guys. Finally! Alright, so for those of you who don't know how I am, every time I get some kind of crap like this finally out, after being frustrated, a little tradition of mine is throwing this crap across the yard, basically saying that I've won the war against this crap. I'll tell you what, guys, there is so much crap I do not put in these videos. I don't put all the trial and error. I put a little bit just so you get the gist of it. You know, when you just have problems like this, a lot of y'all can relate. I mean, yours just about to explode. And there you can see through the diff. So as you guys can see, this is actually a newer boot. I did put this on here when this first ripped because, you know, I was trying to cheap out from not buying new axles. But I swear, these stupid rings right here, you can never get these things freaking tight enough. I managed to get this one tight enough, but that one down there, I mean, look, it is on there. It is not coming off, and it's still leaking. I don't know. If anybody has any tips on how to get these on better, please let me know. Holy crap, it is actually coming off. Yeah, buddy. I'm blown away. The reason I'm blown away is because the other one pulled out no problem, but was a complete just, you know what, trying to get out of there, out of this. But this one was just a complete, you know what, hung up in the diff, but it came out of the hub no problem. This is crazy. This wheel bearing isn't necessarily bad, but since the other one was really bad and I replaced both the fronts because they were bad, I think this one's on its way out, so I might as well go ahead and replace it while I have all this stuff apart. Don't tell me this thing's gonna be welded in here. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, so I got the other CV axle back reinstalled. I got all this stuff open right now, so all I really gotta do is put the axle in. But before I do that, I want to change out this rear axle seal because the other one was leaking, so I put a new one in, but this side wasn't really leaking. But I figured now is a better time, just like the wheel bearing, to replace it now while it's already apart, just with the new one, so I don't have to worry about it. I basically got this pry bar, went around, I tried to pry it a little bit, each way it wouldn't really go, then I finally just gave it a big bump right there and it pried out that way. So here is the new seal. As you can see, here's the old one. These actually came in a 2-pack when I bought that one. So yeah, I'm just replacing this because I have a brand new one. So guys, anytime you put any seal on, a gasket, anything for that matter, RTV, be sure you really clean the surface for it to seal properly. A little bit of oil on this seal just to kind of help it go in. It's obviously not going to press in there with your hand because it wouldn't seal anything. So I'm just kind of getting it roughly in place. This is a very tricky seal to install because you got to be an octopus in order to put it in. And I got to hold this side because if I hit this side, then this will come out. So yeah, it's going on in there. You know, I'm gonna have to work it in a little bit more. So I just got done, guys, and as you can see, you want it flush pretty much all the way around. Just keep tapping it in there. and eventually you will get it to fully seat. And to make sure this will come out in the future and not having to remove the other end, we're gonna add a little bit of anti-seize. I literally have put this stuff on everything. As you know me, I hate welded together crap. And I don't care what project y'all are working on, guys, and you're putting something on and you're like, I am never, ever gonna remove that. Put anti-seize on it, because I guarantee you, there will be a time that you or somebody you sell it to or whatever is gonna have to remove it, and you'll thank me later, you'll see. And it'll also help it from corroding too, so make it last longer. Loctite and anti-seize are my two favorite things to use. Also with Loctite, it doesn't rust weld itself together, and it'll actually make it easier to come off in the future if you ever gotta remove something. And it'll also hold it in place. Let's just hope this goes right in here. Biggest, hardest part is trying to get this square. If you know of an easier way on how to get CV axles in, let me know in the comments. I mean, I know you got to get it perfectly square. There we go. So with anti-seize on everything, let's get everything together. I ain't going nowhere. Right now we're gonna get these calipers on. All right, so just got done, finally. It's about 10 o'clock at night out here, but I really don't care, and I'm going out for a ride anyway. If anybody knows why bushings squeak like crazy, please let me know. I've tried oiling everything and nothing really seems to be helping. So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. That's a pretty somewhat detailed video on what it's actually like to work on stuff and replace rear CV axles on a four-wheeler. So yeah, comment down below your worst CV axle stories. Believe me, I would love to read them.